Which of these look more dominant to you? It depends on the angle the photo was taken and who you are. A new study shows that men and women take selfies differently, depending on who they think is looking at them.
It all started with me looking at a whole bunch of MySpace pictures and wondering, there has to be a reason that people are taking photos like this.
This is Anastasia Makhanova. She's a psychologist who looks at how evolution has shaped our behavior.
Like, a girl in the bathroom with her phone up here. I didn't buy that just happened by chance. I thought that must have some sort of benefit to how people are perceived.
She studied hundreds of selfies online, starting with dating sites, and noticed men and women take photos differently.
For men, we found they didn't seem to have a preference on an online dating profile. They just put up a picture and kind of let it go. For women, we had a clear finding, so women preferentially posted photos that were taken from above versus from straight on or below.
Next, she looked at LinkedIn profile pictures. Women took photos at the same downward angle on dating sites as they did on professional sites. But for men, it was a bit different.
For men, in this more competitive setting, they are more likely to lower the camera angles and present themselves from below.
Makhanova says this is evolutionary theory at work. People present themselves in ways that signal their qualities to potential mates, allies, and rivals. It goes back to our ancestors, but she reckoned this was something we still do in a modern context. With photos. Selfies from a lower angle make people look bigger, while selfies from above make people look smaller. She got 250 university students to take selfies. Just before they took the photos, she told them whether they would be seen by either members of the same or the opposite sex. In general, the women took selfies from above, and men took them from below. But that depended on who would see it.
Women only used this strategy when they thought that they would be viewed by men, and men only used the strategy when they thought they would be viewed by other men. So it seems like for women, this particular preference for above photos might be linked to their desire to appear attractive, whereas for men, it's tied to dominance.
Makhanova had another question. Do people who look at these selfies even notice?
In the last couple of studies, we actually had other people rate how attractive, how young, how tall these people seemed, and we found that these small differences in camera angle actually had effects on how these individuals were perceived. So for women, they were found to be more attractive when they were photographed from above versus below, and that's because they were seen as being younger and being thinner. For men, it didn't matter. Men's attractiveness was not different. However, for men, we found a very interesting effect. When the photos were taken from below, they were seen as more dominant only by other men. So it seems to really highlight the idea that this is a male signaling strategy.
So what we do, seemingly unconsciously, is noticed by others.
I would like to think of my study as not a how-to guide of taking selfies, but rather highlighting the fact that people are very aware of how they are portraying themselves. We put our best foot forward when we're trying to find a partner or when we're trying to network. There are these really interesting patterns that we see in animals and in other contexts that still play out in this new digital media age.